Wrap it up right here. We spent most of the day, as you know, out in LA, and I really want all of you to watch these videos, and please comment, please feel free to comment down below. When you see this, are you seeing it in your towns, your neighborhoods, your cities? And where do you feel this is all going to go? Because to me, when I see what's happening in cities like LA, it's a canary in the coal mine. It is a bellwether to what is going to happen to the rest of the country. Things are not improving with the trillions upon trillions of dollars of stimulus money that's been injected into this economy, into the markets. This is as good as it gets. And we just got 1.9 trillion. People are out driving down the 405, you know, putting in $5 gas, going out. But that's not stopping stores from closing. That's not stopping restaurants from closing. That's not going to be enough to ignite this economy. If we are not producing, if we're not manufacturing, if we don't have real jobs here in America, we got trouble. I printed out some articles in the last 24 hours, and I'm going to go over these with Dan. Here's where the jobs are right now in America, and it was on CNBC, and here's the chart. 30% of the jobs that we just got last month, right? I think this was last month.
Yes.
For March. 900,000 jobs. 300,000 were in the service sector, most of those in the hospitality sector. Let's see, we've got some, well, the second most was in the government, and retail. We've got the financial activities, utilities were negative. So, I mean, so we gained 900,000 jobs where people went back to their old jobs basically, but we lost 719,000 jobs last week as we got the report yesterday with the jobless claims. What does this tell?
I mean,
what does it tell you?
It's terrible. We don't make anything. Everything's a service job. This is the lowest wage job, and you cannot be a barista and maintain a household. You just cannot do it. It's not going to work.
Healthcare, we picked up 36,000 jobs, and you know, medical assistants, medical aides, those are, you know, $10, $15 an hour jobs, and I just do not understand how, first off, when I look at these type of jobs, most of these jobs out of the 900,000 are going to be low paying jobs. We lost 719,000 last week. How in the world can we have a housing boom in America after what I just saw today in retail, and what's happening to businesses in Orange County, Riverside County, San Bernardino County, LA County? We've been everywhere. And I'm looking right now, ladies and gentlemen, at the cargo ships out at sea right now, lights everywhere.
We're in Seal Beach, California right now, looking at the cargo ships, and there are, before our eyes, there's dozens right now before our eyes. And you know, you've seen JB's videos in Palm Springs where he covers retail. It was worse in LA, and it's coming to Orange County, and it's coming to your city also.
I've never seen it this bad. I mean, this makes my area look like kindergarten. I mean, it was Palm Desert, Palm Springs on steroids. I've never seen, we counted hundreds. No exaggeration.
Because it was like 1, 2, 5, 8, 50, and then we just lost control of it. There were so many that we just couldn't keep track of.
I mean, and I can't operate a camera all day long while we're driving. I mean, but every time I put it down, we pass 3, 4, 5 more
city blocks that were closed.
Just, you know, unbelievable, ladies and gentlemen, unbelievable. Please comment down below. Let us know what you're seeing in your areas. But here's one on CNBC. Jobs report blows past expectations as payrolls boom by 916,000 in March. So they're making it sound so good, but they just don't tell you where these jobs are at. But again, how do you have a vibrant economy with a booming, when it's the booming service sector and hospitality where most of these jobs are coming from? These are all low wage, minimum wage jobs, and they're not telling you how many of them are part-time. And of course, they didn't tell you about the 719,000 job losses last week.
That's just, it's crazy.
Another article on the hedge, US dollar status not dominant, global reserve currency. This is pretty crazy. We keep seeing the US dollar being used by less and less countries. More and more countries not using
the dollar used to
dollars.
be the gold standard for everything, and now it's not. It's just not being used like it was, and doesn't have the weight, doesn't have the value that it did.
And here's a news flash. Countries are going to opt out of using it the moment they find something better. And that could be a digital currency, it could be a cryptocurrency, it could be gold. But countries are sick of America and the abuse of power that they've used with this fiat currency, the US dollar, which they print out of thin air, which has financed many wars and has really been destructive to so many parts of the world. And so many countries cannot wait for the day that they don't have to use US dollars. And that's changing, and that's beginning to happen right now, ladies and gentlemen. The US dollar is on borrowed time, and your standard of living is going to continue to change with the change of the US dollar.
Absolutely.
The less countries using it, the less dominance that it has, your standard of living is going to go down.
But like JB has always said, gold and silver, God's currency, it's been around forever. It's going to be around forever. Silver is on sale right now. Silver is the cheapest commodity that you can buy. It's easy to buy. Buy some, save it, stick it in a drawer. You're going to need it at some point. It's really important that you have that.
So here's another one right here. This is on CNBC. Bill payments jump 30% as Americans use $1,400 stimulus checks to cover household expenses.
I have people that write to me on my channel asking me when the 4th stimulus check is going to come, and they haven't received the 3rd one yet because they're so broke. that they need the money to pay their bills. And this $1,400 stimulus is already spent.
So this is a problem because they want you to go out and spend it. They want you to go spend it at Walmart and the Targets and the Kohl's and all the retailers. And if people aren't doing that, if heaven forbid they save some money or they pay off their bills, then this stimulus doesn't work, right?
Right.
They're trying to boost the economy by this synthetic injection of funny money. And now people are like, hey, I better pay down the credit card. I better pay off some bills. I better put a little cash away so that money doesn't circulate.
People are starting to see what's going on, but they need to get a better grasp that it's much worse than anybody believes. And it's going to get worse from where we're at right now.
Here's another one at CNBC. Fourth stimulus checks are unlikely. Here's what federal aid could be coming. I cannot believe this, because if we don't get a fourth stimulus check, everything's going to shut down, because this stimulus check's already being spent. And it will be spent by the end of April, May-ish, mid-May.
What is $1,400 going to do? How long, if you lived on it? It's not going to last that long. You're going to walk through it fairly quickly.
Yeah.
We calculated today, we're thinking 6 weeks from right now that it's going to be a real problem.
Yeah.
That people are going to, that their money's going to be gone, and that they're going to need, they're going to need additional funding. And you saw how long it took last time, but this time they started to get the checks out fairly quickly, and it wasn't fast enough for people, which is a real problem.
Yeah, people are getting desperate. And if there's not a fourth stimulus check, a fifth stimulus check, and a sixth stimulus check, there's going to be huge trouble here, because people don't have jobs, and if they do, they're paying $10 or $12 an hour, or they're working 20 hours a week. But again, as we stand here in front of you this evening in Seal Beach, there are dozens of cargo ships coming in from China right now, loaded to capacity, and of course all these people around me oblivious to what's happening.
We drove through the port today in the Port of Los Angeles and drove over the bridge to take a look at it, and I've never seen it that busy in my entire life, to where they were unloading cargo ships on both sides. If you know the area, the cruise ship area, they were unloading cargo ships in the cruise ship port. So it was unbelievable.
What's interesting is, while we're driving down the 405 today, and literally it seemed like a million cars on the road, and everybody's out, out and about. This is what's happening right here. This right here, your economy is being destroyed. It is being basically handed over to other countries. These cargo ships are holding hundreds and hundreds of containers.
Look at that one that's
it's gigantic. It looks like a city.
It's stacked.
It looks like a city. I wish I had a zoom lens to show you this. I'll turn the camera around in a second. But while people are out here, surfing, while they're out at the golf course today, while they're out at the bars, we're driving through Long Beach, people are out having cocktails, having a good time. And right behind them on the sand here, if you actually took a second out of your day and really cared, and you saw what was coming in,
it's unbelievable.
It's unbelievable. And these people have no idea. They have no idea.
It's also the cruise ships, the cargo ships, are so busy that they're telling people that are unloading the cargo ships onto trucks to unload them as quick as possible to get the trucks up, because they don't have the space. But the other thing is, we saw thousands of cargo ships that have already been emptied, that were stacked up, and we're not sending anything back to China. No. It's ridiculous.
They're going back empty, and this really, to me, is, you are just watching America basically fall economically, and you're watching the rise of China. While people are out having their beers, having a cocktail now, we parked the truck over here while people are smoking some weed, 50 some odd, 60 some odd years old, with a pickup truck next to us smoking weed. Get a life. While this is going on out here, while China is sending dozens and dozens, there might be 50 ships out there right now, as far as the eye can see. And yet people just sit here and they smoke dope, they drink their booze, and they play their video games, and they watch cartoons all day. And while this is happening, America is going to lose this war economically, and they're losing it right now. Look at this.
Before our eyes, guys.
This is an economic battle taking place right now. We're watching it. We're sitting here right now. It's not fighter jets and tanks. It's cargo ships.
What are you going to do to prepare yourself, your family, in every aspect of this, from security, savings, everything. You need to get ready for this. You need to plan for this.
You know,
And
I want to make this point, you know, and I know people are going to write me and hate me for this, but when I'm looking out here, and guys, I wish I had a zoom lens on the camera, but it's dark and I don't have a zoom lens with me, but you know, there isn't a cryptocurrency out there that's going to save you from what's coming. This is global economic warfare, and America is getting destroyed. Okay, destroyed. China, if you watch some of my last videos, just ordered another 188,000 empty containers to come right back so they can load up and get back out here.
188,000 here they could pick up.
I mean, it was endless.
Crazy.
I mean, we saw miles of containers just, you know, on the ground here, and more coming. I mean, it's unbelievable. And you know why they're here? Because those stimulus checks are all getting spent at Walmart and Kohl's and Target, and they're buying up all these goods from other countries like China. And so, and this isn't an attack on China. This is just reality. China is beating us, and beating us bad. And it's obvious. It's just real life. I'm looking at the ships right now.
Even if you start today to prepare, you're ahead of other people, because there are people that are not going to listen to this and not get ready. And just take this time. Work a plan with your family. Get your debts in order, get your bills in order, get everything you have, all your assets, everything in order, and work this out as soon as you can.
Yeah, I mean, doing nothing guarantees you are going to lose. At least do something so you at least have a chance. We're going to see more job losses in America. We have robotics, we have technology coming in, replacing jobs, and of course we have people from all over the world coming here that are going to want jobs.
They're taking your job.
The system is being drained, ladies and gentlemen, and the system doesn't care about you. You need to understand that. So the best thing to do is get out of the system that doesn't care about you, be your own central bank, critically think for yourself, and make sure that you have a plan, because going into this economic crisis, into this depression, which is about to get much, much worse, without a plan, without really a mental mindset of where this is all going, you're going to be lost. You are going to be lost. And you know, when we talked to that homeless man Harvey today, he just, you know, he made so much sense when he said people are coming and talking to us now about how to prepare because they might be homeless. I mean, I've never heard of anything like that.
Unbelievable.
I mean,
this guy wasn't a loon. He wasn't on drugs. It was the loss of a home, burning down to the ground, is put this guy in the street.
And you know, when I was out last month, what did they say? Oh, the people that used to make fun of us, now some of them live out here, and they don't even know how to survive. And so this is what it's coming to, and it doesn't look good, ladies and gentlemen, and that's just the truth. And I wish we had better news. You know, I told Dan I wish I was making like car videos or something, or you know, something fun, but I cannot just stand by and watch what is happening and what is going to happen to so many innocent people who didn't plan, who weren't thinking, who were blinded, who were listening to the TV every day, and believing in the banks and the hedge funds and the business channels. If you do that, you're going to lose. You need to do not what they're saying, but what they're doing. Make sure you have hard assets, make sure you have security, make sure you have a plan, make sure you have a network of friends and family, and most of all, make sure you walking close to God. I'm going to leave it there. Please watch all these videos. I've never seen America in such an uncertain predicament, in such uncharted waters. We've never been here, ladies and gentlemen.
And you're not seeing this on the news.
You're not seeing it. So, you know what? Start looking out your windows, start taking a drive, start walking around and taking a look what's happening in your areas. Now, I know somebody's going to write me, oh, it's great in my area. It's wonderful in my area. More than likely,
it's great in my area.
More than likely, your state is broke. More than likely, the pension fund of your state is broke. More than likely, the state you live in has massive debt. And more than likely, you have a homeless crisis. Not all, but there are big problems. But it doesn't really matter, because guess what? If something happens to the dollar, your life changes.
Overnight.
The debt in America is exceeding $28 trillion, ladies and gentlemen. So it doesn't matter if you live in Timbuktu. If America goes down, your town in Mayberry or Timbuktu or wherever you live is going down too. Everybody is going to be affected by this. So wake up and get ready. God bless all of you.